You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about Identity 5. Despite its huge player base and reputation, I can't help but feel like there are some features missing in the game. I mean, sure, they could add more servers to improve connectivity, but what about the lack of available maps to play on? After browsing through the official Identity 5 Discord server, I noticed that many players expressed a desire for new maps as well. With that in mind, I'd like to introduce a new map concept that I believe Identity 5 should consider implementing. In my recent video, I talked about the Ivory Tower skin series. This collection features survivors wearing school uniforms to fit the school-themed aesthetic of the skins. It struck me as odd to imagine a school without a campus. It got me thinking, where exactly do all the Ivory Tower students study? Naturally, they'd need a campus for that. And then it hit me. What if that campus became a map for matches in the game? And honestly, if you're thinking about it, it's like we've got a ready-made campus just waiting to be explored. Take a look at the original Ever-Sleeping Town map. There's that school, complete with classrooms, a library, even a restroom. Wouldn't it be awesome if NetEase expanded on that and gave us a whole campus to play on in Identity 5? Speaking of the game's setting in the late Victorian era, you'd expect some serious Gothic vibes, right? But let's be real, I hardly see any hint of that in the maps. Take the Arms Factory map, for example. There's a battle tank in there. I mean, seriously? Tanks in the Victorian era? It's a bit of a head-scratcher if you ask me. It would be fantastic to have a map that truly captures the essence of the Victorian era. Just picture it, a town or a street, steeped in that unmistakable Victorian vibe. Imagine something akin to the Chinatown map, but with Victorian-style architecture all around. That would really bring the era to life in Identity 5. With the next truth and inference story taking place on a ship, adding a harbor to the list of Identity 5 maps would be pretty neat. And to spice things up, they could give the harbor a spooky and creepy vibe. Imagine the eerie mist rolling in off the water and the sound of creaking ships. It would definitely add to the thrill of the game. We can all imagine the map being somewhat similar to the ship in the lakeside village area, but on a larger scale. I believe NetEase could pull it off, especially considering we've already had an event map with a harbor theme before. You know what's funny? In this game, we've got Emma Woods, the gardener, as one of the main characters. But here's the thing. She's more like a mechanic than a gardener, don't you think? I mean, her ability has nothing to do with plants. It's all about tools and wrenches. So why not switch her up and make her a mechanic instead? It just makes more sense. However, if we had a park or a garden as the map, it wouldn't be the same story, as it could be a place tied to Emma's backstory. Just picture it. A maze-like garden with lush greenery all around, or maybe a place reminiscent of the greenhouse in the manor. We could even throw in some shacks to add to the atmosphere. You know what? Oletus Manor itself could totally be incorporated as a map in this game. We've all seen how spooky and mysterious the manor is, but maybe not all of us have considered it as the perfect setting for the deadly game. The eerie vibes of the manor would definitely amp up the horror atmosphere of the game. And honestly, I don't think NetEase would have to work too hard to create this map. They already have a concept for its layout, which we can see in the current gameplay. Just in case you forgot, the layout of the map was shown in the map selecting section, as well as in the time of reunion, Ashes of Memory, Emily's storyline, and more. While I'm really hoping for those new maps, I also wish NetEase would address the optimization for each of the maps currently available. It's quite noticeable that there's an imbalance in map availability, especially with maps like Darkwoods, Kryberg Racecourse, and White Sand Street Asylum. And it's not just those. Even the Golden Cave and the original Eversleeping Town map aren't accessible for public use. There are still plenty of map concepts that could be added to the game, but I might cover them another day. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, as always.